My child, what was done to you was not your fault, and you have carried it quietly for so long. I know you have learned to live around the ache, the way a person learns to walk around a room they cannot bear to enter. I know someone hurt you, and the wound did not close the way they told you it would. You do not have to explain it tonight. You do not have to say their name or relive a single moment of it. You only have to sit here for a little while and let yourself be cared for. So loosen your shoulders just slightly and let the breath you have been holding go. I came for exactly this, to bind up what was broken in you. Before we go any further, hear this plainly, because honesty matters more than comfort. What you are about to receive is an encouragement drawn from the Bible, a reflection offered in faith. It is not a private revelation. It is not a prediction, and it is not a promise of any particular outcome in your life. It is simply the timeless comfort of Scripture, read gently over a wounded heart today. And there is one promise I want to lay over your whole life tonight. It comes from the book of Isaiah, chapter 61, verse 1. Listen to the words slowly, and let them be spoken toward the part of you that still hurts. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. Read it again in your heart. He was sent to bind up the brokenhearted, to free the captive, to open the prison. To bind up. That is the language of someone kneeling down beside a wound, not someone standing over it. This is not a small idea. It is not a passing line. In the Scriptures, this is the purpose the Anointed One was given, to come close to the ones who were hurt and broken. And tonight, that ancient promise is being read gently over you. So let these words come to you the way the Bible speaks them, as if mercy itself were kneeling beside you, saying, My child, I know you were hurt. I know it was not loud, and it did not leave a mark anyone could see. I know you smiled and said you were fine, while something inside you was quietly bleeding. I know the kind of pain that does not show, the kind a person carries for years without telling a single soul. And I want you to hear me say it clearly, so the part of you that has doubted can finally rest. What was done to you was wrong, and it was not because you deserved it. You did not invite it. You did not earn it. You were not asking for it by being who you are. I know you have replayed it, searching for the moment you could have stopped it. You have turned it over 1,000 times in the dark, looking for the part that was your fault, so the world would make sense again. But hear me now. A wound is not a verdict on the one who was wounded. The hurt that was handed to you said something about the one who handed it, and far less about you than you have believed all this time. You were not too sensitive. You were not too weak. You were not making it bigger than it was. You were hurt by someone, and your heart did what a hurt heart does. It went quiet, and it held on. You have heard a voice, haven't you? The quiet voice that has followed you since it happened. It speaks in your own tone, so you assumed it was simply the truth. It tells you that you should be over this by now. It tells you that everyone else would have moved on. It tells you that if you were stronger, the memory would not still find you on ordinary afternoons. And in the dark, it whispers that you are damaged, that something in you was broken for good. My child, hear me. That voice is not telling you the truth. A wound takes the time it takes, and slowness is not failure. So when that old voice begins its familiar speech, answer it with something gentler. When it says you should be healed already, the truth says you are allowed to still be mending. When it says you are broken beyond repair, the truth says the broken are exactly the ones I came to bind. When it says no one understands, the truth says I have been with you in every hidden hour. You do not have to win the argument with that voice. You only have to stop letting it have the last word. So if you are listening tonight with a hurt you have never fully spoken aloud, this is for you. If someone you trusted used that trust against you, this is for you. If you were made small by someone who should have made you feel safe, this is for you. If you have carried a betrayal so quietly that the people around you do not even know it is there, this especially is for you. You do not have to perform your healing here. You do not have to seem further along than you are. You do not have to make your pain presentable before it is allowed to be held. Come as you are, with the wound still open if that is where you are tonight. In the scriptures, there is a picture of the kind of care that was sent for you. It is the picture of a shepherd who goes out after the one that was hurt and wandered and does not come back without it. Not the strong one that needed nothing. The hurt one. The one that could not keep up. The Bible speaks of binding the broken and gathering the ones that were driven away and strengthening the sick. That care has your name in it, exactly as you are, with the wound you are still carrying. You do not have to be whole to be wanted. You do not have to be healed to be held. The scriptures never say, "Come once the hurt is gone." They say, "The brokenhearted are the very ones he was sent to bind up." And there is a comfort in the Psalms that many people have lived their whole lives without ever hearing spoken over them. It is found in Psalm 34, verse 18. Listen carefully. That verse tells us the Lord is near to the ones whose hearts are broken and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Sit with that picture for a moment. When your heart broke, heaven did not step back from you. It drew near. The nearness was not for the strong in that verse. It was for the broken. The very thing you thought disqualified you from comfort is the thing that drew comfort close. If you have believed your wound made you distant from God, let this correct it tonight. You were never further away because you were hurt. In the scriptures, you were nearer. And I want you to know something about all the times you cried where no one could see. The tears you wiped away before anyone walked in. The grief you swallowed so you would not be a burden. The nights the memory came back uninvited and you lay there carrying it by yourself. You thought those moments vanished into nothing, that no one would ever know what they cost you. But the scriptures say your tears are not ignored. Not a single one of them. Every silent night was seen. Every wound you hid was known, exactly as it was. None of it disappeared into the dark unnoticed, and none of it was ever too quiet to matter. You did not grieve alone, even on the nights it felt like the loneliest thing in the world. Being unseen by people is not the same as being unseen by heaven. Beneath the surface and the places your pain told you no one could reach, you were being held. Like a wound under a bandage that looks like nothing is happening, while underneath, quietly, the mending has already begun. You were never as forgotten in that pain as it made you feel. Now, I know you may not feel any of this yet. Trust comes slowly when trust is the very thing that was broken. And that is all right. The truth does not wait on your feelings to become true. The care that was sent for the brokenhearted is real, whether you can feel it tonight or not. And these words were written down long before you were hurt, so that they could find you long after the wound was given. So let me say it again, gently, the way you may have needed someone to say it for years. You were hurt, and it was not your fault, and you are still worthy of tenderness. The world taught you to measure yourself by how well you hide the damage, by how quickly you bounce back, by whether you can be useful before you are healed. But that is not how heaven measures the wounded. Your worth was never lowered by what was done to you. It was never theirs to take in the first place. And that worth does not shrink because you are still hurting. And it does not grow when you finally feel better. On the days you feel strong, you are worthy. On the days the old wound aches, you are worthy. On the mornings the memory is far away, you are loved. And on the nights it sits right beside you, you are loved still. I want you to think back for just a moment on how far you have already come carrying this. The mornings you got up and faced the world with that weight tucked out of sight. The days you were kind to others while something in you still hurt. And yet, here you are, still here, still tender enough to be moved by a message like this one. Do you ever wonder how you kept going, carrying what you carried? How you found a way to love again after love was the thing that wounded you? How you offered gentleness to someone else when gentleness was the thing you were denied? The scriptures would say that was not nothing. That was a heart that refused to let the hurt have the final say. You did not survive this because the wound was small. You survived because you were carried, even when you could not feel it. Even on the days you were sure you were carrying it all alone. And here is something the pain has been hiding from you. You are not only the person who was hurt, you are also the person who is still here, still soft, still capable of being healed. You think the wound is the whole story, but a wound is not the end of a body. It is a place that is still able to mend. The tenderness you feel toward other hurting people now, you did not have that before. It came from somewhere, the way you notice the quiet pain in others. That gift was bought at a price you never asked to pay. You did not deserve the hurt, but the compassion it grew in you is real, and it is yours, and no one can take it back. Scripture speaks of a God who comforts the troubled, so that the comforted can one day comfort others with the same comfort they received. The wound was never meant to be the meaning of your life, but it does not have to be wasted either in the slow hands of the one who binds the broken. One day you may sit beside someone hurting exactly the way you hurt tonight, and the very thing that wounded you will become the reason they feel understood. What was done to you was wrong, and still, none of your pain has to be the end of you. And let me speak gently to the way you have started to expect the worst from people. After being hurt, you learned to brace yourself, to keep one hand on the door, to wait for the moment it happens again. That was not weakness. That was a wounded heart doing the only thing it knew to keep itself safe. But heaven does not see your caution as a flaw. It sees a person who was hurt and learned to protect what was left. You are allowed to take your time before you trust again. You do not owe anyone a heart that pretends it was never broken. The scriptures are full of people who were wronged and wounded and were never once thrown away by God. The ones betrayed, the ones cast out, the ones broken by people who should have loved them. Your slowness to trust is not a failure of faith. It is a wound asking to heal at the pace a wound needs. And the one who binds the brokenhearted has never once been in a hurry with the hurt. So tonight, I am asking you to set down a few things you were never meant to carry alone. Lay down the shame that belongs to what was done to you and not to you. Lay down the belief that you are too broken to be loved. Gently, lay down the quiet sentence you passed on yourself, the one that said, "This was somehow deserved." You were not made to carry the weight of someone else's wrong forever, and you do not have to carry it alone. And about the part of you that still feels held captive by what happened, the memory that locks shut the moment you cannot seem to walk out of. Hear this carefully, my child. The verse that opened tonight spoke of liberty for the captive and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. In the scriptures, freedom for the bound was never about pretending the chains were never there. It was about the door no longer being locked from the inside. I will not promise you the memory will vanish, or that the ache will be fully gone, or that the hurt will be tied up neatly by morning. You have been handed enough hollow promises, and I will not add another to the pile. But I can tell you that being bound is not the same as being abandoned to it. The one who was sent for the captive does not stand outside the prison. He kneels down inside it with the ones still bound. If these words have stirred something in you, you do not need to do anything dramatic. You do not owe anyone a comment to make this real. You do not have to prove your pain to a stranger. But if you would like, take this quiet moment and turn it into a small prayer. It can be as simple as this. Lord, I was hurt, and I am still carrying it. Stay near me while it heals. There are no perfect words. The scriptures show God meeting people in their grief and their silence and prayers too wounded to finish. Your honesty is enough. And if someone comes to your mind right now, someone you know is quietly carrying a hurt of their own, you are welcome to share this message with them. Not as a chain, not as a demand, just as a kindness. The way you would sit beside someone who did not want to be alone. Now, here is one gentle but important reminder, and I will not rush past it because it matters too much. Faith is a deep comfort, but it is not a replacement for real care. And some wounds need more than words read over them. If the hurt you carry is heavy or old, or the kind that follows you into your days and your nights, please reach out to a counselor, a therapist, or a trusted person who can walk with you through it. Telling a safe person what happened to you is not weakness, and it is not a lack of faith. Asking for help with a deep hurt is one of the bravest, wisest things a wounded heart can do. And before we come to the end, let me ask one gentle thing of you. Be patient with the part of you that is still healing. I am not telling you the ache disappears tonight. I am not handing you a date or a guarantee or a tidy ending wrapped with a bow. I am telling you what faith has always whispered to the wounded, that the binding of a broken heart is slow, faithful work, and it does not stop halfway. You have survived every single thing that was done to you so far. Let that be enough for tonight. You do not have to be finished healing to be worthy of rest. You only have to let the mending continue. And the same care that has carried you this far is not about to set you down now. So when the wound aches again, be gentle with yourself. When the memory returns, do not punish yourself for it. Take the healing one quiet day at a time and let yourself be cared for along the way. So as this message comes toward its close, I want to leave one thing in your hands to carry into tomorrow. What was done to you does not get to be the final word over your life. The prophet Isaiah, in that same chapter 61, speaks of comfort given to those who mourn and beauty offered in the place of ashes. Whatever was broken in you, the last word over your story is not the wound. In the scriptures, the broken-hearted are not the forgotten ones. They are the very ones the Anointed was sent to bind up and free. I will not promise you a day or a feeling or an ending I have no right to name. I will not pretend to know how your healing will unfold, because that belongs to gentler hands than mine. But I can leave you with what the scriptures say with full confidence about the hurting. He was sent for the brokenhearted. He was sent to free the captive, He was sent to open the prison to the ones who are bound. So rest your head tonight, not because the hurt is suddenly gone, but because you were never carrying it as alone as you believed. Take one more slow breath now, and let this be the truth you fall asleep on. You were hurt, and it was not your fault, and you are still being tenderly cared for. If messages of comfort like this one bring something quiet to your heart, you are always welcome to stay close to this little corner of the internet, where we simply sit with the scriptures together. And wherever tomorrow finds you, whatever you are still carrying, may you carry it knowing that the one who binds the brokenhearted has not stepped away from you. Peace be with you, my friend. Rest now.